point of the town hall is that we can have a direct interface with the residents of Saanich and listen to their concerns about how the EDPA has impacted them and their concerns about how we actually steward correctly the future environment. I won't repeat what my colleagues have said here, except to say I'm optimistic that there can be a responsible approach to resolving this. And that approach is being aided greatly by our responsiveness to what we've heard through this process. The difference between a town hall and the open house is that at the open house, we're hoping that you have the opportunity to find out more information about some of the nuances that maybe some of you weren't aware of, and I wasn't aware of them, and I've learned through the process. But it's this town hall that has really moved the conversation along. So I learned a lot today, and I appreciated hearing from Mark Inslee and Martin Wood how they identified that some of the objectives of the Saanich Citizens for a Responsible EDPA Society and the Saanich Action Group for the Environment. There's some similar elements there. So in many ways, we're not far apart in sort of seeing where the different thoughts are in our residents. We also heard that we really need to check the science here on what we're doing, and as we heard from Jeremy Jive, that is a big part of where we may need to take this. Clearly, back in the day when the bylaw was being prepared and planned for and implemented, this outcome was not anticipated. This outcome, I can't imagine it was anticipated. There's no evidence it was anticipated. But here we are today, and I believe with your help and a little bit more time, we'll come up with some resolutions that will address the concerns we've heard. Thank you very much.
Anyone else?
I'm just going to stand up so I can see people behind the podium, not to do anything other than that. I'll be very brief just because I think, like probably everybody, we'd like to go home, and my most cogent thinking doesn't happen at 10:51 at night. I'm just going to state very simply that I'm open to revisions to the bylaw, and I'm encouraged by the feedback we've had tonight that we all want the same thing, which is to have a great environment. We just need to find a way to make the bylaw work for everyone, and I'm committed to doing that, and I appreciate the feedback you provided.
I don't think I can offer a comment that improves on those that have already been made by my colleagues, other than to say thank you very much for coming and staying with us till almost 11 o'clock. If you attended the last one and did the same thing then too, you should be commended. You are to be commended. Thank you for sticking with us throughout this process. I think it genuinely will improve whatever the outcome of this process is at the end. I think we've really benefited from the insights and perspective and honesty that you've offered us. Thank you.
Thank you. I won't say much either, as they being the end of the group and always having been the end of the alphabet, everything's always been said at the beginning. Sometimes I want it to start at this end. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for coming and the stalwarts that you've stayed till the end, and I imagine you're all the night people is why. But I want to say that I think that the information that you've provided this evening, and it's wide and diverse and lots of notes, but lots to make this a better bylaw. I think we can go back now and answer those questions, and a lot of questions that I don't think any of us even thought about that needed questioning. So thank you for coming. Public participation is always a great way to know what we need to know too, so thank you.
Last pieces from me. Next steps, outlined on the agenda that was on your seat. Basically all of the information that was shared tonight and at the last town hall in November and at the meetings in 2015 are all being provided to the council in order to inform their deliberations on moving forward with this. There will be another opportunity for public input at the next upcoming council meeting, which has yet to be determined. I think I mentioned that when we began 5 hours ago, that they're trying to get it happening sooner rather than later and just haven't been able to find where that's going to be and how it's all going to work. I'm not going to bother thanking you on behalf of Saanich because they've all done that. I would, however, just like to thank you for accepting my help, being someone who is not living in your community. I live in Oak Bay, so I do know about dealing with councils and bylaws and all kinds of things. But I really appreciate you accepting my help and really appreciate the passion and the thoroughness and the well-informedness of all of the presentations tonight. So I commend you all. Thank you very much. Good night.